Hey everyone, Chaos Giga here, and in today's episode we're going to hopefully get through the first floor. As you can see, I've already started. I've placed all the glass panes on the first floor. I did not realize how many it was going to take, so I just went through and made a whole bunch of glass blocks, or bought a whole bunch of glass blocks from the villagers, and went and stained them with the white dyes, and broke them down into glass panes, and it took a lot more than I thought it would. The second floor is actually going to be a different color, and then if there's a third floor, there's going to be another one. This right here is the sugarcane farm. It's a miniature one, but it does take up some of the second floor, which is fine. The storage is actually upstairs too, so as you can see, I've already got the second floor in and done. I just had to wait till I got this built so I could build around it, if that makes sense. So I didn't bother to bore anyone with that. There's only two rooms I've done with the wood so far. That's the one next to the stairs and the stable. So far I have a whole bunch of wood farmed. I think I'm gonna have to farm a whole bunch more, just to be honest. So I'm not gonna waste your time with that. They're probably gonna edit that out. But otherwise, basically what I'm going to do is start filling all of this in and making signs for what each room is. So this right here is going to be the guest quarters. This is my quarters right here. And these rooms right here will have their own separate purpose. So this right here is the brewery. So I'll need to make chests and stuff for it later on when I start making potions and stuff. That is the kitchen, obviously, because it's closest to the cows. The other three I have, or four, I should say, the other four rooms I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. One of them is going to have to be a map room, I think, just because I'd like to have a map room, at least of my base, in the areas that I go to. In case anybody wonders all the areas I've been to. And maybe, maybe one could be, see, we got brewery. Everything else I've got in my room, so I really don't need anything for stone cutting or. And the enchanting room's over there. I'm not sure. I'll have to come up with something, but one of these is definitely going to be a map room. But yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start working on putting wood in here and putting signage up. Get this whole first floor done. And then we'll move on to do the layout for the second floor, which I'll have to buy some more brick blocks so I could do that from the villagers, which won't take very long, but still, it's a painstaking process trying to figure out the size of the rooms. I think we're going to do the same size of rooms that I've got in that building, the villager trading post, just so if they do accidentally call in a golem when I'm trying to get cheaper prices with raids, it'll have room to fit in here with them. So I've already got one iron golem in that building thanks to the last raid we did, so, and he's still there. He's not going anywhere. But after this floor right here, we're going to go up to the third floor. Alright, so finally got all the wood put in, and you can see the rooms are all closed off from each other now with that. Here's the kitchen. I can get through the door. I set up the cooker system with a chest up on top where I can just drop the raw beef. It goes right into the cooker, which has a lot of charcoal blocks already in it. And then they drop down here into a chest, so I should not run out of steak anytime soon. And over here I got another chest which I can fill with other food items, not even just food items for myself, but food items for like cats and stuff. This chest right here will be gone eventually. It's just got my bamboo in it until I get my bamboo farm. Get to the floor I'm going to build a bamboo farm on for the auto smelter, or super smelter if you will. There's my bedroom, and the only thing that really needs to be changed down here still that I haven't done is this wall for the horse stable. I am thinking about putting in some brick or maybe a stone. I don't know. I'll figure that out later, but right now I'm just not going to worry about it. It's an eyesore right now. This is the guest room. I've got it set up with 4 beds and 4 chests for people that want to stay here for a while, I guess, if you will. My brother just went in my room. Hope he's not doing anything bad. Here's the potion room. Gotta set up with some barrels to put potions in and all that stuff later. In this room right here, I decided to make an AFK crop and dye harvest room. So basically, I'll put some dirt blocks in here somewhere to put the large flowers like sunflowers and lilacs and all that on, and I can just use bone meal on them and automatically get more of the same flower to make dyes out of. So like 2 dyes a piece. And then I'll make a cocoa beans harvesting machine, or AFK machine if you will, and then a wheat, carrot, and potato AFK machine. So, which I think will be very useful compared to the fields outside. This is a map room, work in progress obviously, because I haven't even started on it. I've got some maps. I even bought one of the Woodland Explorer maps. Got some empty maps there that I can use, and the map wall will just be right here on this wall here. I think there's plenty of space here to fill out. This room I haven't decided, but I'm thinking this is going to be where the Supersmelter will feed out the finished goods, the finished product if you will, down into chests, so that way I can just go off and do something else on my chunk here, and while it's working for me, and then I could just come back in here and get it. And this right here, this last room, is the litter box. It's where all my cats will be. Yes, my cats have their very own room, except for 2 of them, which were the same breed, so they're still outside, so I can use them to help me prevent the creeper apocalypse. Otherwise, that is it for the first floor. It is completely finished, with the exception of I do not like that one right there. There's one other thing to show, and that's that this back door right here will lead to the villager breeder and carrot farm. I'm gonna probably wall that off all the way up to the mansion wall here, and then just have the entrance into this fenced in area coming through here, and I'll leave that one over there too, just to make it easier to get back and forth in here. The other thing is, I couldn't take this track up the stairs, obviously, because track does not go on stairs. So I built a little staircase up to the 2nd floor, and we'll leave a hole in the wall to where I can just drive minecarts or push minecarts with villagers in them up there when I got the layout done, which is what we're going to work on next, is the layout for the 2nd floor. This is the enchanting room. Got my enchanter's table in here, and then underneath the stairwell is an enchanted book storage, so come in here. I got my chest with extra books. So I bought a couple of the Silk Touch books since we got Silk Touch Villager now, which is really nice. So really, I don't really need any more villagers, librarians, but I want to see if I can't get cheaper prices. That's just all. That's all of what's going on up here with this, and then that's going to be the 2nd floor basically. There's nothing but librarians all the way across. There'll be another stairwell going up, which I think I want to put that over here. And on the 3rd floor, I'm going to put my cactus farm and Supersmelter. And I think that's going to take up the entirety of the 3rd floor. I ran out of brick blocks, which I kind of figured was going to happen when I got to that floor. I've already got some spaces made out. I think it was like 22 spaces for librarians and other things, other villager. I was just waiting for this guy to get the bricks so I can get more brick blocks. So far I've got 2.5 stacks, and I'll probably need way more than that because I also have to work on the balcony, which is also going to have some sort of special stained glass window in it. So lots to do and so little time, and I have to wait on you guys. Give me more bricks. Here's all the villager slots all laid out. There'll be a little gap here for this one right here to be accessed. Then we have a little gap here for a door. I plan on putting a door straight across to the factory roof. And I'm probably going to cap that roof off with an actual roof at some point in time to make it look a little better than a square. But right now, I've got that there, so I have the option to build a walkway across there and put a door in, because I think that would be a great use of that space there. Just because if I'm up on the 2nd floor, I get done up here and I want to go harvest my carrots or something else, I can actually go do that, so in a quicker route from the second floor. Other than that, I got this room all set up for the sugarcane farm, which it's gone off already like 3 or 4 more times, and I haven't even done that much yet because I've been having to buy more brick blocks. Yeah, so I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the posts at between the windows on the outside. I'm about to farm way more wood so I can cap all these rooms off. This right here is gonna lead to the balcony, so I think there's gonna be a larger room right here, except for under the stairs. Be another little storage closet, I guess. I don't really know what to do with that. I'll probably just leave it open this time on this one. There's going to be a balcony here with a stained glass window, like a circular stained glass window right there and, on the front of it. But it's not really an open balcony, so it's going to have an enclosed roof. It's going to be enclosed with a roof, and you'll have a stained glass window that you can look out over the land here, if you will. And then we'll go right into a room with anvils and stuff for people to use because all the librarians are up here. So yeah, I've got plans, just gotta figure out a layout for this room right here real quick. This is gonna be the final layout, I believe. I got the doorways all enclosed and ready to go, with the exception of the one out there. It leads up to the roof of the factory. And now I'm gonna start with this after the doorways, and basically just the first layout on the outside there of the first layer of brick blocks, and then I'll have to figure out exactly what I want to do with pillars, like I said, with brick blocks, and finish out the frame on this floor so we can start getting up to the 3rd floor. And there goes the sugarcane farm once again. This thing is just crazy fast at growing sugarcane. It's hard to believe I actually made larger versions of this farm, because it farms so much and so much more efficient this way, with it being enclosed that close with the light sources. Alright, that's the floor done, I think. On the outside, I'll worry about the outside later with quartz and everything else, because eventually I'll have to get enough quartz to do the whole entire outer perimeter of this, which you guys will probably really like that when I get done with it, because it's going to cover all this brick. Most of this brick face is going to be covered with quartz on the outside, like I did in my brother's realm. But right now I'm going to worry about trying to build kind of like a circular pattern, if you will, so we can have like a circular stained glass window in here. So I'm going to work on that real quick until I get a design that I really like. And this is the kind of pattern I think I'm going to do right here. We'll have to see what it looks like when I put stained glass in it. It's going to be all sorts of different colors inside here, which is more glass I'm going to have to make. Might have to expand this out, but I'll have to do that from the ground, so I'll worry about that whenever I get scaffolding built. Until then, we're just going to go ahead and try to fill this all in on the outside, at least get the frame done, because I'm going to have to like build these pillars here on each section around this before we start filling it in with glass and wood. So I'm going to go ahead and work on finishing the frame up and probably edit that in. The framework for the 2nd floor is now complete, so now all I got to do is go farm a heck of a lot more wood to do all the walls inside the interior here, and put up the glass, and go ahead and put in the 3rd floor, because the whole entire 3rd floor will actually be enclosed with the floor, so I won't have to worry about a machine like this breaking through the top, because the 3rd floor is going to have the cactus farm and the supersmelter, which should not take up more than maybe a 5 to 6 block height, so that'll be alright, considering this floor is only 5 blocks tall. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 blocks tall. So yeah. And basically I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to worry about this balcony portion later, because I'm going to have to buy me some, some prismarine stairs at least, or just prismarine so I can make stairs, because that's what I want to use for like the roof that encloses these certain areas. villagers. So I want to get the villagers in here too, get them going and ready, so that way they're ready to go. I'm going to see if I got enough smooth stone to go ahead and do the 3rd floor along with the sea lanterns, so we can get that knocked down as well and go from there. Alright, finally got the 2nd floor, I think, the way I like it. Now I just got to set up the doors throughout here on the inside the way I want them. As you can see, I got red stained glass in all the windows. Now I've got this right here set up to bring the villagers in when I'm ready to do that, but right now I need to work on filling on all the doors I want inside here. I've also got to work on signing, so and some other things, because I'm gonna have to go shopping here pretty soon, because I need some prismarine to make some stairs and do a roof section for this. And I have plans for the roof on this entire mansion build to be made of prismarine, so there's that to look forward to. For now, I'm just going to focus on the doors. As you can see, I've got all the beds placed for the villagers and for anyone who comes up here to use the villagers. I think that's actually the last door, besides the one that leads to outside on the roof here. I went ahead and put this one right here in, so I might as well just go ahead and set it up, and then I'll take some iron blocks out of my chest that I have of extra storage of iron blocks, build a little path over here to this door to connect it to the roof, but I'll do that some other time. So I'm going to leave these doors the way they are without any buttons on the outside for now until then. It'll come later when I decide to expand the roof of that to make it look better. Yes, I got plans to reduce several roofs over here because I don't like square buildings anymore. But alright, now it's time for me to get the villagers coming in here. So I'm going to have to sleep real quick and then get started on that. Alright, so we are down to the final amount of villagers that need to go in here. I've already got most of them in here. There's going to be 22 villagers in here total, so just 2 shy of what's in the villager trading outpost, which not all of these are going to be librarians. I'm not sure exactly what all we need for books yet, but I'm going to go over and look. Once we get the librarians over there maxed out, we'll start giving some of them over here the librarian position to see exactly what we can get. I'd like to have at least a librarian for each type of book there is, so that way I don't have to enchant my own books. I really hate doing that. Such a waste of levels, I feel, anyway. And finally, it is done. I have it all labeled. This is just going to be an extra storage space with a bunch of animals in case people want to go ahead and just put their enchantments on their items. I got a grindstone in here in case you want to disenchant. This leads to the shop floor from in here. The villager shop floor, if you will. And then we have the sugarcane farm, which I'm going to start putting storage on this side up to about maybe 3 tall all the way across, and it's just going to be for nothing but paper. And then once I feel like it, I can just sell it whenever I want to, because this thing is just super efficient. I've got several chests full of sugarcane already again, and it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, it's making it all the way down to here, I think. Yeah, so the last 6 chests shouldn't get it until after the rest of them are all full. But we come back out here, we can see that I've got all the villagers in. I got steps to jump up in there and give them their jobs later on. I'm not going to give them jobs right now just because I'm not exactly sure which ones I want to be librarians, because I'm going to write down all the stuff that we've gotten from the mastery librarians over there, because there's several of them over there that got 2 decent books a piece. Unless I can get a cheaper like Silk Touch and something, I don't think I really need that many librarians in here, so we'll figure that out later. Other than that, the 2nd floor is finally complete. It is done. it's now time to move on to the third floor, which is ready to be worked on. This is where the cactus farm, the super smelter, and the bamboo farm that will feed the super smelter is going to be at, so stay tuned for that. So I'm literally going to make the one machine that I said I wasn't going to make, and that's a 0-tick cactus generator, pretty much. Cactus farm. So it's a 0-tick cactus farm, pretty much. It's the same one that I made in my brother's realm. I don't like the other designs, and there's just too much loss for my taste. This one right here actually makes sure that we actually get everything out of it, so let's go up about 5. It's not going to matter because this is going to be a huge layout up on the roof anyway, because the bamboo farm is going to be down that way with the super smelter right here in the middle, and then I can have extra space for like storage and stuff up here for mass quantities of stuff if I want to do. So like if I want to do an item sorter or something like that, I could do that here. I might do that somewhere else though, because I don't want too much stuff here. I've already got enough stuff here as it is to cause server lag, I'm sure, for some whenever they come over here. 3, 4, 5. Let's try 5. And then I think it was like that. I can't remember now. Alright, so I gotta change this around. The slime block's supposed to be on the bottom, but at the same time, I'm gonna build a pillar up to the top of this because we have to have a switch up here anyway. So that's okay. Slime block there. On back here, put the switch on here, then I'll just jump down. So I gotta go grab my ladders. Gonna place a chest below this. Go ahead and place our hoppers out to the sides. And just like that. That's what we should have. This is the hardest part for me, always having to build up a tower to get up on these hoppers, and then you have to place the pistons just right, like that. But once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. Just gotta take down this block now. I was trying to do it from down on the ground, but I've built this so far up in the air, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. So I'm going to have to build a tower up to here, and then, yeah. But while I'm up here, might as well go ahead and place the rails and place the hopper mine carts up here on this side. Which reminds me, you'll have to place a block in the center. No, I don't have to place a block in the center because I've already got the piston activated, so that helps, right? That. Okay. Break one block. Then maybe I can there we go. That rail is gonna go into the hopper, so it'll be in the chest. Unfortunately, but that's the way it works in survival, right? Alright, now I just gotta do the other side. Okay, so let's get the sand. It should just drop right into the minecart, which is really nice. And then I'll just go to the other side and drop the sand on that side, and then I'll go to the other side and do the same thing. So important part here is to activate the machine so that way you can go ahead and get these pistons pulled back and then put a stone on them, so you can actually drop the rest of the sand really, and then you can just break it just like that. It'll get sucked down, that's fine. because the next part of this is the cactus. Gotta put the cactus on. Okay, and now we'll just start with the glass. This part is probably where a lot of people mess up at. And by the way, this can only work in Java Edition, so in case you're wondering, sorry Bedrockers, this is just for Java. You have to build around it in this little shape here. And you can connect it right there. Now, this part here, I always cover it up with a T shape. So that way nothing flies out. Be sure not to put a block of glass in the center. And sometimes if your cactuses are breaking for no apparent reason, I find that breaking this glass block right here on top of the piston fixes that. I do not know why. It's just in certain areas of the game, when it renders, I guess it decides to break the cactuses somehow. So I don't know why it does that. I don't really have that issue whenever I build them for myself, but I've seen it happen in my brother's realm, and we kind of figured that out. So it's just one of those trial and error things. So let's turn it on and see what happens. There it goes. It's working perfectly. Alright. So for now I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off. And that's basically why I want that lever there anyway. So I can always just turn it off whenever I'm not using it. And the cactuses will still grow, even though you've got it turned off. Just warning. Just warning you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a chest up to that chest, basically. Alright, so just do this all the way down, and we'll have 4 chests, 4 double chests. Oops. Okay, there we go. And that should be it. And we'll go up here and turn it on and get some cactuses so I can get some green dye while I'm working on the bamboo farm and everything. And I just can't stand the fact of those large column stacking farms with the water flows and all that stuff. I really don't want to have to build one of those and have so many cactuses get lost. I hate the loss factor. I just really do. And while this is still working, I'm going to keep using it. As far as I know, it's not going to be fixed. There's rumors out there that it's going to be fixed, and if it does get fixed, that's the case, then I will go through and start building one of those massive cactus farms that I can AFK at, but I'll build it in a different location so I won't have super lag in my area. I think that's going to be it for this episode. The next episode I'm going to work on the Supersmelter and the bamboo farm that's going to feed into it. So we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out, guys.